Hi everyone. I'm sure you would agree with me that communication skills is one of the most important skills for professional success. But how much of a difference can it really make? Warren Buffett is, as many of you know, one of the top 5 richest people in the world. And he said that if you want to increase your net worth by 50%, okay, you can do it simply by improving your communication skills. Well, I think he's right on the money. I think that communication skills can give you a huge leg up. And so today I want to talk about 3 things that you should know before you start any presentation. First thing is to know your audience. Okay, know their interests, values, concerns, and priorities. Know the size of your audience. Is it 5 people? Is it 50 people? Is it 500 people? This will determine whether you need a microphone or not. What kind of mic do you prefer? A stationary mic, body mic? Also, how well does your audience know your subject matter? Are they experts? Or is this a brand new subject for them? Or are they somewhere in between? If your audience is not very familiar with your topic, then you don't have the luxury of using jargon or technical terms. Okay? You may need to provide a bit more explanation and discuss any unfamiliar concepts with them. Okay. Second key thing is to, before you start any presentation, is to know what your goal is. Okay. How many of you have read the book The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey? Okay, you may recall that his habit number 2 is to begin with the end in mind. Okay, what is the result that you are seeking from giving your speech? Okay. Maybe you want to convince somebody to buy your product or to invest in something. Okay, maybe you're a manager and you want to motivate your workforce. Maybe you want to nail the job interview. Or you just want to provide a status update on a project you have at work. Maybe you're a teacher and you want to really impact your students. As simple as it sounds, when you know your goal, your brain will do more to help you because it knows what the target is. You'll be able to access more creativity and then marshal the resources you'll need for a great presentation. Third key thing is to craft up to 3 main messages. Some people say, well, why 3? What if I have 5 things, 7 things, 9 things to say? Well, a lot of times you'll find that you can hone the message down to 3 key things. Okay. I suggest 3 because it's easier for the audience to remember 3 things. Think about how our phone numbers are arranged or our social security numbers. Right? Chunks of 3s and 4s, because that makes it easier for us to remember. In fact, that's how I tell people how to remember my last name. I say it's easy. It's just 3 parts. Man, Shara, Manny. Just put it all together. That's a lot easier than if I said, oh, it's easy. It's just 12 letters. And that's not going to help you. Okay. People can also make decisions easier when they have 3 choices. Okay, if you give people 5 choices, 10 choices, 20 choices, then decision making becomes harder, it becomes easier to put off. So I suggest looking up mind mapping, and you can Google it, and that will help you brainstorm the main messages you want to get across in your presentation. You'll be able to put down all the different ideas you have on paper, and then you'll start to see, well, how can I hone them into 3 key messages? So again, just to recap, the 3 things to know before you start any presentation. Know your audience, know your goal, and craft up to 3 main messages. And doing these 3 key things will put you well on your way to producing a great presentation.